Hello, everyone. This is Linda Ferguson,
And Karen Nelson Bell.
and welcome to another episode of Platinum Prime for Life, which is this show where we share with you things about our life that help us survive better. And hopefully, the lessons we learn can help you survive better in your life as well. So,
We
yeah.
dispense advice, Linda, and I would like your permission. I need some advice. May I ask 3 questions? I need
Sure.
advice. Okay. First of all, I as you noticed, I'm dressed in some orange attire. A lot of people really hate orange and hate yellow. I don't know of any other colors that people are they hate that color. Do you like orange, or I'm asking our audience, do you hate orange? How about you?
Are you talking to me now?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Am I your audience now?
Well, I guess so.
Do
What is
I?
your emotional response
To
to?
me, I love bold colors. So, yes, in fact, I have a little bit of orange on. It's not a color that I solidly dress in, but it's definitely a color that's designed to attract major attention when you wear it.
Oh,
So,
okay. Well, so that's what it is. Well, I'm very orange today, and if you don't like it, I'll wear something different tomorrow. So the next question is,
wait a minute. Wait. Let's
what?
just actually, that last statement right there
What?
was not acceptable. Do
What did
you
I
like
say?
wearing orange? Do you like it?
I love it.
Okay, good.
Because I have warm undertones to my skin. I don't have the pink undertones that I think more people have pink undertones than yellow,
Yeah,
and mine are warm, and I don't look good in blue or pink and stuff like that. So yeah, I like orange a lot. I wouldn't wear it if I didn't like it.
good. And how does it make you feel when you wear it and you're looking like so jazzy right now?
I don't know. I don't know the answer. I feel good. I feel okay. Okay, well, the other thing is I'm wearing a different kind of hat. I normally wear ball caps. I've taken to wearing ball caps lately, but for 10 years of my life, I wore a cowgirl hat because I was marketing the Country Tonight show that I had produced. And this hat, but I just generally like hats. I think I must come from a planet where people wear hats all the time. I don't know. I just love hats. Maybe it's because I don't have luxurious time for hair fixing. And anyway, so this hat, I want to say it's one of my original hats, like before I was into cowgirl hats. And this is the back of the hat. This is backwards.
Oh, it
So
is?
yeah, so this is how it's supposed to be.
No, that doesn't look good. The other way looks much better.
How about half and half?
No, I mean, the other just front and center actually just gives it more personality. I don't
It
see
should.
what your whole outfit looks like, but I definitely like it better. Just the way you have it right there. That's
Okay.
my
Okay. And
opinion.
one more style question.
Okay.
When you wear a hat like this, it's more like a little bit of a high fashion hat.
Mhm.
You would say this was an expensive. Most of my hats are $5 hats. This was an
Mm.
expensive hat.
Mhm.
So when you wear a hat like that, it seems too casual to just have my ponytail hanging out. So I was trying to make it go kind of like that. Doesn't a tidy thing like that look? Does that look better and more appropriate to this hat?
Sitting right there, yes. I happen to actually like ponytails, hats with ponytails, depending on the person. So, yeah, whatever is more practical. Sometimes I'll like do my hair in front and then I turn around and look at what it looks like from behind and go, that looks so bad. So,
So this is I don't know why I got off on these topics because we have other things to discuss, I know, but these were important to me today. Number one, do you like orange? Number two, how's the hat? Number three, how's the ponytail? So thank you for giving me the time to get some style advice. I'm hoping that our viewers will give me their advice.
okay, good. And whether you take it or not is up to you. Because really, this leads us into what our topic is for today.
Yes,
And
that's
that's
pretty cool.
really, yeah, it's like you're living your life based on your choices, right? Even though you've been kind enough to ask the audience their opinion of how you look. If everyone gave you a thumbs down, maybe you take it into consideration. But honestly, looking in the mirror and thinking you look good is far more important than looking at a camera and asking for feedback on how you look, because you're inviting all sorts of people to say things that aren't really you and your capabilities. And that's actually what we're talking about today.
That's right. Well, good on you for making a smooth transition.
But so every week, Karen and I start to discuss what happened during the week that we would like to talk about on the podcast. And today it was just this sort of wavering, three different topics came up. And so we decided, well, what's the common thread for our audience? What is the common thread there? Because these three things are three things that are not unfamiliar to us all and have occurred throughout life. So, three different stories, one topic, but let's actually just start with the stories. So, the first thing that came up, it actually came up, this is a Linda story, is an older lady, she happens to be 76 years old, decided she wanted to live on her own and she wanted to actually share that experience. So it's older single woman, 76 years old, has chosen to live on her own, and she's just sharing what it's like to live on her own. And it's something that's really interesting to people who are older, especially because it could be a challenge that faces everyone. So the curiosity factor of what's it like to live on your own? And so she got a lot of attention for doing that, which is good. But she started talking about the fact that she's a people pleaser. She tries to please people. She does something for a living where she can work from home, but she has clients who use the things she creates. And one of her clients didn't like the product that was delivered to her. And so that client said, hey, I don't really like it. And she said, well, I'm a people pleaser. So I said, well, I will fix it. And that ensued the client never liked it, still doesn't like it. And this woman just started ranting on the fact that she was being taken advantage of because she's a people pleaser and, you know, how horrible it all is and yada, yada, yada. The end result of all of that was I was listening to a bitter woman who chose to not stand up for herself and tell this client, hey, you know, here's the line. I've done all these things for you. Now here's your money back. Whatever it was. She chose to just be bitter about it, sit in that bitterness, talk for however long she talked about it. So that was story number one. It affected me because I've seen all too many people who feel that they're being taken advantage of and they're bitter about it. And then they're being taken advantage of on a continual basis. And they're bitter about it on a continual basis until they wind up being old and bitter. It's pretty sucky.
Yeah.
The other two stories are Karen's stories.
Well, the first story is that I have a friend who took a fall. She's a senior, older than me, and she took a fall and landed in emergency, then landed in rehab, then landed in assisted living until she can get her strength back. And the funny thing is, because of having fallen and broken something, which is a fear for older people, because we've heard everybody says, oh, when you fall and break your hip, that's the beginning of the end. Well, it doesn't have to be, but that's the prevailing mantra out there, is that, oh, once you break your hip, it's all over for you. Well, she's very afraid of falling. She actually has regained her ability to walk. She's regained quite a bit of the use of her arm, but she's so afraid that she won't walk without a person standing like 2 inches away and putting their hand on what's called a gait belt. It goes around your waist and has handles where a caregiver could grab onto you. I've observed that she can walk and she can hold things for herself and she can do a lot of things, but the fear is stopping her from being able to do it. She's absolutely convinced that she can't. And I just relayed that story to Linda, and she said that it kind of tied into what we were talking about, and I think it does. I think it does tie in. That's not an especially. Neither one of those two stories are especially happy stories. I do have a happy story. Shall I tell my third story?
Story number 3. Yes, we're ending with telling this one.
We're ending with something kind of happy. My friend Sylvia and I, we play music at senior care facilities with four different kinds. With independent living, where people just chose to live at a place. Assisted living, where they need some help. Skilled nursing, where they need a lot of extra help, memory care, where they are losing their cognitive functions, and rehab. Five different kinds. So yesterday we played at a rehab place, and it's where some people are going to be there the rest of their lives, but a lot of them want to get out of there. But it was a brand new place for us and a brand new audience, and there was a man sitting in a wheelchair, kind of close to the center, close to the front. And as I observed him throughout the performance, he never really raised his head. Mostly his head was down, and he didn't smile. He didn't have any facial expressions. And I was concerned as to whether he was enjoying it or not, but I've learned not to prejudge or not to judge, because sometimes people just can't lift their head and they can't smile. So imagine my surprise when at the end of the performance and people were being wheeled out to their rooms, he stood up out of his wheelchair and began walking toward me. And the whole room went, "Watch out for Tom. Tom will fall." Well, Tom wasn't falling. He was walking toward me with purpose. It turned out his purpose was to say how much he loved what we were doing. But for that moment, he forgot that he was wheelchair bound. He just stood up and walked right toward us. And he forgot. He forgot he was in a wheelchair. So I didn't know whether maybe music has the power to heal the lame. I think maybe it does. I don't think I healed the lame, but I think music has that power. And I thought that was a story that we could tell, and then Linda was able to kind of relate it to the other stories. So the common thread, we're always looking for a common. Isn't that a cool story, Linda?
That is such a cool story. Yes.
I just love it. I'll never forget that. Yeah, and he didn't start to totter or be wobbly until the whole room went, "Oh, go get Tom, he's gonna fall, he's gonna fall." Well, he might have just made it all the way over to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he would have. I don't know.
So the common thread, let's talk about what are we talking about? We're actually talking about your belief in your own capabilities. So in story number 1, where we have a woman who's living on her own, she's a people pleaser, and she feels people take advantage of her. She is incapable of trusting in herself. And so it's an emotional incapability. She's emotionally shut herself back, taken herself, in other words, off the rack, because people are going to take advantage of her. And she's moving forward with that sort of feeling in her life. So that was story number 1, emotional incapability or capability. In story number 2, where we have our friend, Karen's really close friend, who, because of fear, she's decided she's physically not capable of doing something, which she is, but fear is keeping her capabilities shut down. All right, so story number 2, it's physical capability. How physically capable are you? Story number 3 is the moment of joy, the moment of just, now here's someone who is physically bound and has convinced himself that he needs this support in order to walk, forgetting that. So that emotional or joyous capability transcended his apparent physical capabilities. Capability isn't just physical, it is emotional. And when you are self-talking yourself into a point where you're holding yourself back, you can actually pivot, like we've been talking about. And instead of saying, here are all the reasons why I cannot, you go forward to, what if I could? What would it feel like if I could? Or just spontaneously decide, I can do that and I am going to do that. Like Karen wearing an outrageously wild orange hat and orange outfit, because when she looked in the mirror, she totally felt good wearing it. All right, so Karen and I both, to more or less degrees, we're constantly exploring what we're capable of learning, capable of, I see Karen like doing all sorts of outrageous things based on her age and what people that are in that average age group are capable of versus what she's going to overcome and improve on and like just shine like a beacon beyond that, which is incredible. So you see Karen working out and wearing outrageous clothes and looking beautiful and singing and helping others. She's continuously setting high goals and standards for herself to hit. And the thing is, she keeps making progress toward every single one of those things. There's a term, Pollyanna. Know that term? Which Pollyanna just is someone who looks at the sunny side of life. Pretty much, Pollyanna just has like a, hey, I can make it all good. There's nothing that's so bad that it can't be improved. And Karen challenges her capabilities. I do it, but I do it in my own little less flamboyant way, but definitely still go for it. And that is, I look at where I'm at right now. And quite honestly, the older I get, there are moments where I'm just like, I don't know if I should do this anymore. And then I remember who I really am and that I can create anything I want. Yes, I do take into account where I am on the years scale, but and I do moderate things a little bit. I'm not out there skydiving or anything like that, which I would have done when I was younger. I stopped riding motorcycles just because I don't want to break bones. I don't have as long of a runway to fix those broken bones, and those kind of suck. But other than that, I definitely also just put that gleam in my eye, talk to my husband, who does an eye roll half the time, but he's wonderful and he goes along with it, to challenge myself to do things. So, what are my capabilities? I don't know all of them yet. Karen, how about you?
Well, I I have no clue, but I have a huge I don't want to have a bucket list. I want to have a you know what rhymes with bucket? There's a swear word that rhymes with that. I want
Yeah.
to have a you know what list. Instead of a bucket list, it's a
An F it list, let's
yeah,
just
an
say.
effort list. And I remember somebody was trying to insult me, and they said, "You're nothing but an effing cheerleader," and that to them was a terrible thing to say to me. And I was like, Yeah,
Thank you.
I am. And I know I'm too much. I know I'm just too much for some people, just wouldn't like to have that much cheerfulness. I'm too damn cheerful for them, and I apologize. No, I don't. No, I don't. Uh, I'm an older woman and I have that's one of the privileges of older ladies can get away with stuff that you couldn't get away with because I have an excuse. I'm old. But we dispense advice, Linda. That's what we say we do is we give people notions of how to fix things. So I want to know, what can we say to somebody who may recognize that they are somehow limiting themselves by their own considerations. So what advice can we give? And I was like trying to think up something that I could say that was wise, and I can't think of anything wise because it just comes. I think maybe how can you force yourself to be curious? How can you force yourself to try stuff that maybe is not in your comfort zone? And people talk about getting outside your own box, getting outside your comfort zone. Those are common phrases. But what advice can you think up? Because I can't think any up, so I need you to trigger it. So what advice can we give people for living a more not a life confined by their own thoughts?
Okay, good. Well, my advice is not advice, it's a reminder. So the reminder is you are braver, you are stronger, you are more capable than you think. And because of that, the challenge that both Karen and I are going to give you for this week is pick one area that you want to improve your capabilities in and go ahead and do that. Work on that one thing and measure the fact that you are braver, you are stronger, and you are more capable if you let yourself free to move forward on it. So, and as always, guess what? We have a handout, which is in the link in our description below on improving that. So that challenge for the week, we've got a guide that goes along with it. So what I want you to do is grab it when you can, take a look at it, challenge yourself, and we will see you again next week to hear how you've done. With that, I think I like it in front, Karen. No, that one looks cool too. All right, that's it from both Karen and I. Thank you so much for joining us this week. Take care and we'll see you next week.